All right, everybody, good evening and welcome to Against the Public for Thursday, March 21st. We're the only show to analyze early betting patterns by the public, and we've done that again with 3 more free NBA plays for tonight. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. Before we get to our free plays, guys, please get involved with my NBA, college basketball, or NHL 3-pack. You can get each one for $49.99. I think we're going to put up a 5-pack in college basketball, so that would be $69.99 tomorrow. But every one of those 3-packs comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. In addition to the 3-packs or the individual plays, you guys know you've been here a long time, but new guys come in, and ladies too, new people to the show. I have my all access pass, all locked and loaded. You get every one of my plays from the NBA, college basketball, NHL, Major League Baseball, Game 2 in Seoul, South Korea. You get that as well for one low price. You can get a 30-day pass for just $11 a day, under $11 a day. You can get a 90-day pass for less than $10 a day, and an annual all-access pass for just $3.56 a day. Grab your credit card, throw it on there, and don't worry about it for the next 30, 90, or year. Well, what we're going to do is roll our sleeves up and work hard and make sure that we take your bankroll to another level. Ensure that you will never miss another best bet again. If you're not an all-access customer yet, here's why you need to join me. And, of course, this is basketball season. The college basketball tournament starting. NBA is getting down to the end of the season. It is all about basketball right now. And in college basketball, I've hit 56% of my 56% of my plays over the last 7 days, 55% winners over the last 90 days. That shows you consistency. That's a consistency that you want to put your money behind. In the NBA, 56% winners over the last 30 days, 55% winners over the last 90 days. Good for 1,359 units won in 2023 and in 24. This entire year, from January 1st to now, we've cashed 2,418 units of profit. That's number one amongst cappers with at least 500 plays going into tonight's action. When you choose a capper, guys, make sure it is all about the numbers that they put up, not about the hype they put up, because the numbers will always tell you who you are. And that's one of the reasons why we love Pick Dawgz, is because every single one of our plays is up there every day. Everything is completely transparent. Every handicapper on this website has their picks up there every single day for the world to see. So for better or worse, you know exactly what you're getting when you put your money behind one of us. So that's all that needs to be said. Let's start getting serious about our March bankroll, and let's get to our free plays for Thursday. We'll start it off at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Game 527, 528, the New Orleans Pelicans minus 1.5. 210.5 is your total versus the Orlando Magic. The number opened up at 211, so we're already getting a pretty good number off the send out. I don't know, sometimes you anticipate these moves and they go against what you think is going to happen. Great, I'm glad, because we're getting a good number here, and I think it might even go down a little bit more. We'll look and see when the percentages come up a little bit later. Not enough wagers so far to have a percentage, so we'll just kind of wait. And that might be just a book adjustment too, based upon knowing their customers. We have 2 teams in this one that lean under. The bookmakers, to me, are baiting you to take the over in this game. Or check that. I think they're baiting you to take the under in this game, and I have no interest in falling for that. Since February, and there's a couple things that I look at when we handicap totals. Since February, Zion Williamson has been absolutely fantastic. If you have kind of checked out on Zion, we'll check back in again. And I thought at some point, either this kid's going to be a fantastic NBA player or he's going to be Anthony Bennett. Well, he was going towards Anthony Bennett for a second. Of course, battled injuries quite a bit, and there was some part of me that thought, I just don't know if this kid has what it takes. But I think maturity has everything to do with where he is right now, and we see that the Pelicans are on a 16-5 run, and most of that is because of the way, not only the way he handles himself on the court, but the way he handles himself off the court as well. I've talked to people around the team, and they will tell me this is not a child anymore. He's maturing into an adult, and that's really good news for Pelicans fans, especially now that they're on the heels of the Clippers for the 4th seed in the West. Against the Nets, if you watch that game, he was an absolute terror in that second half with 20 points. That was a 13-point win. He was 11 of 16 from the floor, and I think he's going to have a bigger game against the Magic. When we talk about totals, I want to make sure there's enough playmakers on the court where we're not going to have large gaps of time where we don't have scoring. I also want to make sure, I've said it 100 times, I want to make sure both teams are good free throw shooting teams, and we do have that in this game. I'm going to go over. Now it's over 209.5, so that number is going down. 209.5, we're going to go over. Get that number now. I don't think it's going back up, so don't worry if you don't get it immediately. So 209.5, we're going to go over in that game as your first free pick. 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 529, 530. Sacramento Kings minus 10.5. 239 is your total against the Washington Wizards. We should be able to at least get 120 points out of the Kings and probably more. 4 of the last 5 games saw the Kings exceed at least 119 points, and you know how I feel about the Wizards, especially defensively. They lean slightly over this season, but that's really only due to a recent run of 4 straight overs. But this is a Wizards team that has been horrible on defense for about 2 decades. They've averaged the four-game run where they went over. They have averaged 241 points. There was an average total of 227 in those games, so they went way over the total. Wizards gave up an average of 132 points in those 4 games, which means we probably are going to see the Kings somewhere between 125 and 130. Head-to-head also suggests this game is going over. 6 of the last 10 meetings have cashed over tickets, and 3 of their last 4, including their only meeting this year. If you want to go back to NBA TV and watch that defensive clinic, the Kings beat Washington 143-131. The total in that game was 252. The bookmakers knew that one was coming, and it went way over the total. The Wizards are 30th in field goal percentage. They allow teams to shoot. Check that again. Wizards are 30th in field goal percentage defense. They allow teams to shoot over 50% from the floor. They are dead last in 7 massive defensive categories, where the Kings are 21st in field goal percentage defense. This one is going over the total of 237. And then finally, Chicago Bulls at the Houston Rockets. That is that's 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Rockets minus 2.5, 214.5 is your total. We have no idea what Bulls team we are going to get from night to night. They squeezed past Portland on Monday night, and that was after a 29-point win against the Wizards as a 9.5-point favorite. Yeah, we know it's the Wizards, but still pretty impressive win. And then they go to Portland and barely squeeze by a team that they should handle, not easily, but at least by 5 to 7 points. Since probably the 12th of February, which was a win that they had at Atlanta as an underdog in that game, Bulls are 8-7 straight up. They're 7-8 ATS, which makes them so incredibly unpredictable. They have not covered 2 straight games since that Valentine's Day game, making them a really uncomfortable wager for me. The Rockets have been far more reliable at 38, 29, and 1 ATS, despite a record of 33 and 35. Houston has covered 3 straight games, and had it not been for a really bad first quarter against the Spurs in that span, the Rockets could have been on a 10-game cover streak, but we'll take 9 out of 10. This is a revenge spot. They dropped a 5-point lead, 5-point loss to Chicago in overtime back in January. The Rockets outscored the Bulls on the road 29-18 in the fourth quarter to get that into overtime. So as the game progressed, the Rockets became the stronger team. And I really like to look at box scores in that manner because teams can come out sluggish. It's really how you finish. I really want to see how teams finish, and Houston finished extremely well against Chicago despite losing that game in overtime. And I don't think the Rockets are going to be 11 of 45 from 3 again. So we're going to take Houston minus 2.5 as your third free game. So that does it for your free plays for Thursday. Go to pickdawgz.com, get involved with one of my many packages that are available right now, and a couple that will be put up as soon as this show ends. Going to get right on top of that. But I have my 3-pack in the NBA, college basketball, NHL. We'll have side and total in that Dodgers-Padres game. We'll put that up as soon as we can. However you do it, please get involved. And of course, the All Access Pass is the way to go. Get every one of my plays sent to you directly for one low price. So whatever package is best for you, please make sure that you get involved. Let's recap our free plays one more time. New Orleans, Orlando, over 210.5, 209.5 now. Sacramento, Washington, over 237.5, 238, depending on the number that you get. We see 237.5 popping up now, but 238 is the consensus number. But I think by the time you guys get to it, it'll be 237.5. And of course, Houston minus 2.5. So it's going to be a massive month, guys. Stay disciplined. Continue adding to our 2024 bankroll. Everybody that's tailed me so far should be in pretty good shape. We're going to bounce back after the end of 2023 did not end well, except for the NFL and college football. I mean, absolutely fantastic. And I was determined that 2024 was going to be our best year. So make sure you ride with me all year long by getting one of those all access passes. So that does it for the show today. Thank you for everyone for watching. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. Let's crush them all week long. Have a great night.